Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. For this video, we'll be going through a contents review of the high grade 12144 Strike Rouge, and this was from Mobile Suit Gundam Seed, released by Bandai in 2014. So given it was a 2014 release, and also looking at the manual, this is the revived version of the Owl Strike, which in this case, being the Strike Rouge, is pretty much a recolor of the Owl Strike, and done quite well, I will admit. Being a contents review, the box is no longer around. Well, it's around, just not as a box, really. So this will just go through all the contents of the box, between the manual, the included stickers and runners. Now, I also have a weird feeling I've done a post on Instagram about this, but it was before YouTube, so I'll let it slide. I'll also include a product link to the Strike Rouge over at HobbyLink Japan in the description. So here we have the front of the Strike Rouge manual, with the Strike Rouge as the actual kit, front and center, with the more atypical UC style of instructions. I will admit, the Revive does look very, very nice. The color separation is, well, not fairly good, really good. And given that I now have a Strike Rouge entry grade, I will be very interested to see the comparison between the two. So that's the front of the manual. In terms of the back of the manual, we do have some action shots of the Strike Rouge, as well as a rear view and some of the detail and articulation the kit is able to do. A blurb of the Strike Rouge, unfortunately still in Japanese, so we haven't yet hit the point in time where it became dual language. And then we have a fairly expansive color guide at the bottom. Also have a bit more information about the Strike Rouge on the inside, most of which will probably start going through its armaments and weapons, etc., which will probably include the usual beam sabers, beam rifle, the head-mounted weapons, the Owl Striker backpack itself, just daggers and things like that. We'll come back to that page in a second. In terms of the parts list, it does have a fair bit of runners included. The A and C runners are fairly comprehensive. The rests start to become smaller runners, given some of the color separation and things like that. For the most part, it's been done quite well. So that's the parts list. In terms of the build, given that it's a revive and within the last decade, it is following more usual means build. So it will be build the body and the head, followed by the left and the right arms, attaching all those together, building the feet as a pair, and then going through the left and right legs, building the waist, putting the legs and waist together, side skirting, the little connector piece in between the top and the bottom, and then ultimately putting them together, build the weapons. The daggers unfortunately will not be able to stow away in the side skirting for the high grade. It's still a high grade, it can only do so much. But it's cool that's included, which I think is the main thing. Shield, there will still be one sticker unfortunately, which I think means the entry grade is probably the one with the better shield, I have to imagine. And then going through the steps to put together the Owl Striker backpack and ultimately attaching it on. And I know this will definitely have some stickers up here on the wing bit, so interesting if I try to do them again like I did the last time, or maybe resort to using a paint marker. So that was the manual. Looking at the included stickers, so we do have one sticker sheet which for the most part is predominantly color correcting, like the bottom left and pretty much all those red bits for the wingtips. Everything else would be camera lenses and eyes. We also have a included sticker sheet for the emblem, which is pretty cool. The original Strike Rouge, back from the original seed line, also surprisingly had decals included as well. It's a fun fact. Looking at the A runner, all under one colour, so this will be that off pinkish type colour. But there's some good amount of detailing on this, which is always good to see. And stray bits of fur. Don't ask. So that's the A runner. We have two B runners. So B1 is a pure red runner, and then B2, bit of a rose pink. So that's B1 and B2. Definitely not multicolours, but they're both separate colours onto their cells. We have a C runner in grey, so this will be your joints, parts of the legs, waist, things like that. Also your manipulators. Then we move over to G, which is probably red. So this will have the front of the chest and the rear component, and I believe that other piece will be for the waist. So the G runner. We have two M runners, M1, M2. M1 is in yellow, M2 is in red. So some of those will be venting pieces for the backpack. The two pieces are oddly enough exactly the same. I have a feeling the M2 is for the Strike Rouge and the M1 was from the original L Strike, because I think the L Strike might have actually had a yellow one. So there you go, it's basically a piece for the shield. So that's M1, M2. We have a single N runner in grey. Most of it will be weapons, some of it will be the shoulder detailing to create some of those grey pieces, which I know back in the original line, for the Strike Rouge, the Strike, the Duel, and I think probably the Buster as well, in fact all of the Cat series, that was definitely not grey. So there you go. The Revive was definitely a very welcome update to the kit. And hopefully one of these days we'll get revives of the other three Cat series. Would be nice. So that was the N runner. We have a O runner in black. So most of that will be for the backpack. We have standard Polycap PC002 in grey. Your standard PC002. Nothing overly different there. And then lastly, we do have SB13. These are the beam sabers with the circular ends, if it ever actually comes into focus. There we go, SB13. And they're in the usual beam saber color of your translucent red/pink. So nothing too different there. So that brings us to an end of the contents review of the Strike Rouge, the 2014 version, not the original version, which was probably between 2000 and 2005. Probably 2002 would be my guess, but there's a good decade's gap between the two, to say the least. As a reminder, I will have a product link to the Strike Rouge over at HobbyLink Japan in the description. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All of this helps to support the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Extra content can be found on my Instagram account, link below. Stay safe and take care, and I will catch you all in the next video. See ya.